of the Republic of Ghana, Alhaj Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Shall we all remain standing for the national anthem of Ghana? Shall we all take our seats? Thank you. Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Excellencies here gathered, Ministers of State, friends from the tech industry, friends from the media, good people of Ghana, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad to welcome all of you this afternoon to the Marriott in Airport Accra, where this afternoon we're all going to be a part of the making of history. Making of history in the sense that once again we have arrived at a major milestone in our country when it comes to bringing credible solutions to the problems we have as a nation. Today, we've moved one chapter bigger and one step higher in terms of getting solutions for our businesses when it comes to getting financial solutions. Rating of our businesses and their credit worthiness is going to take a new turn. And it is by virtue of the willingness and the commitment of the government, led by His Excellency the Vice President, who is the only Vice President in the world to have an official nickname, Mr. Digitalization, and also the fact that generally we are a people who are gearing towards and directing ourselves towards an era where we will go digital and get solutions to our problems easier. This afternoon, we are all going to be the part of the very much awaited launch of the My Credit Score app. One that has been developed as a result of a lot of hard work, a lot of innovation, and a lot of cracking the brain and breaking the back to ensure that all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. Our gathering here as a people is surely inspired by God, and therefore if we're here to perform such an important function in the life of our nation, it's important that we call the presence of God. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to welcome here to the stage Nana Yaumante of SIC PLC to help us with a word of prayer. Please welcome him with a big round of applause.
Thank you, Nat. Shall we pray? Father, we bless you for the gift of life, and we thank you for how far you have brought us today. Thank you for being part of this very important occasion, the launch of My Credit Score. We commit every aspect of the program into your hands. We ask that your Spirit will lead throughout, that when all is done, we'll be careful to give you thanks. This we ask through Christ Jesus our Lord. Amen.
We're very grateful to you, Nanayal. Shall we do another big round of applause for him? Your Excellency, the Vice President, honorable ministers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon, we will be listening to messages that will come from friends who have been a part of this process. This painstaking process that has brought out this very important application that will surely break a new dawn in terms of how we rate ourselves and in terms of how we prepare ourselves to get credit to run our businesses and to push them. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to welcome up here the board chairman of my credit score, Mr. Augustine Ajay, to give us a message of welcome. Shall we welcome him with a big round of applause?
Your Excellency, the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the Governor of the Bank of Ghana, ably represented by the Head of Banking Supervision, Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Chief Director of the National Security, CEO of Banks herein gathered, Chief Executive Officer, Ghana Telecoms Chamber, Chief Executive Officer, Ghana FinTech and Payments Association, Chief Executive Officer, Ghana Association of Bankers, Chief Executive Officer, Ghana Microfinance Institutions Network, all protocols observed, friends from the media, invited guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is with immense gratitude and excitement that I welcome you all to the official launch of my credit score. Today marks a pivotal moment, not only for us, but for the future of financial empowerment and digital transformation in Ghana. We are here to celebrate the launch of a tool that we believe will breathe new life into Ghana's economic landscape and redefine how Ghanaians engage with the credit economy. The journey to creating my credit score began with a fundamental observation that the credit economy often plays a more substantial role than the transaction economy. What does this mean? There are generally three layers of every economy. First is the transactions layer, and then the credit economy. Then comes in the macro economy, representing the stocks, bonds, and other wealth instruments. While transactions and credit serve as the backbone of economic activity, we've noticed that Ghana's economic policy has traditionally leaned heavily toward the macro economy, while often overlooking the micro economy. Yet, it's the micro economy where most citizens navigate their everyday lives, where critical questions like where do I stay or how do I access essential products and services are asked and answered. In real sense, they are the issues that make life not only possible, but enjoyable. We at My Credit Score believe that for Ghana's economy to thrive, we must breathe oxygen into it, and credit is that oxygen. Without accessible credit, our economy remains alive in name only. Credit, ladies and gentlemen, is affordability personified. It is the key access, growth, and financial empowerment. And today, we take a significant step toward making that a reality for every Ghanaian. With Ghana's recent strides in digital transformation, the time has come to place a renewed focus on the micro economy, leveraging technology to make policies and services that support it more accessible than ever. We are in an age where electronic transactions are increasingly common, where policies can be iterated upon rapidly, and where public institutions can be strengthened in real time to impact the wider economy. To build this new digital microeconomy, there are three essential elements we must prioritize. First is data interoperability. This involves aggregating all public services data on a single system to create a smarter, more connected government, which we have recently seen in the Citizen App Data Interoperability System, the CADIS. Second is digitalization of local assemblies and public institutions. Through efficient digitalization using data and payment systems, we can accelerate service delivery and ensure that public institutions remain responsive to the needs of everyday Ghanaians. Third is credit scoring. By utilizing both public and private data, we can assess creditworthiness in ways that were not previously possible. This means that we can now better organize workloads, make smarter lending decisions, and ultimately contribute to a stronger Ghana. As we look at the credit landscape in Ghana, it's impossible to ignore the issue of non-performing loans, a challenge that stifles growth and introduces volatility. In many developing countries, NPLs are like excess carbon dioxide in an economic system. They are the anti-oxygen that weakens the health of our financial sector. Here in Ghana, of the 27% loan interest rates we observe, a staggering 12% is attributed to a risk premium, essentially the cost of borrowers who default on their loans. This speaks to an urgent problem. In developed countries, credit is integral to everyday life. Nearly 9 out of 10 people rely on it. This should be same for our country, Ghana. Our nation already has an active macroeconomic market and a vibrant transactions market, with well over 450 billion Ghana cedis worth of transactions every month. However, these are mostly debit transactions and not credit. The bridge between our two strong arms, the transactions economy and the macroeconomy, is missing. And that missing bridge is precisely what we seek to build with my credit score. By addressing the NPL problem and aiming for rates comparable to the OECD's, where NPLs are below 4%, we are making a commitment to create an environment where Ghanaians can access and repay loans, ultimately strengthening our financial ecosystem. This is where it gets a bit interesting. We are tremendously optimistic about the future of my credit score, as our pilot program has shown encouraging results since its launch in mid-April of this year. To date, we have seen about 40,700 credits extended, totaling 637,799 Ghana cedis to well over 4,000 borrowers. Remarkably, our default rate stands at just 2.51%, with only 191 borrowers, or 4.27% of the total borrowers. Defaulting, a significant improvement compared to the default rate of 4%. Additionally, while Ghana's non-performing loan ratio was at a high of 24.3% in August this year, our pilot's NPL ratio is just 3.44%, showcasing the potential for responsible lending through data-driven insights. We are further encouraged by the Bank of Ghana's recent decision to reduce the key lending rate by 200 basis points to 27%, creating a more accommodative monetary environment that will foster credit growth and lead to better terms for borrowers. These promising indicators affirm our commitment to reshaping Ghana's credit landscape and enabling sustainable financial empowerment. Thanks to the visionary leadership of His Excellency, the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and the foundations laid through mobile telephony, mobile money interoperability, and the Ghana card, we have the infrastructure needed to make my credit score a reality. These initiatives serve as the abutments of a bridge that will connect our robust transactions to the new digital macro economy, strengthening the entire nation. I would like to extend our deepest gratitude to the Bank of Ghana for their invaluable support and guidance. Their willingness to listen, to incorporate suggestions from stakeholders, and to foster collaboration has been instrumental in making this day possible. We thank the Bank of Ghana for their commitment in this cause, for their engagement with us, and for their shared understanding of the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. On behalf of the board and the team at My Credit Score, I want to thank everyone who has played a role in bringing this project to life. To our consultants in the United States who shared invaluable insights into the intricacies of credit scoring in one of the world's most advanced credit markets, we could not have done this without your expertise and guidance. We also extend our gratitude to Haptel's AI Lab, which provided us with cutting-edge support in big data and machine learning. These advanced tools have been essential in implementing the complex algorithms that power our platform. And now to our young, passionate, energetic, and incredibly hardworking team at My Credit Score, today is your day. For nearly 3 years, you have dedicated your time and talent to making this a reality. Right from the researchers who delved into credit data, to the software engineers and machine learning engineers, information security experts, who turned concepts into code, this achievement rightly belongs to you. Let's celebrate this milestone, which represents not only the credibility of our system, but also the credibility of every Ghanaian who will use it. Let us also look ahead to a future where every Ghanaian has access to affordable credit, where they can know and manage their credit worthiness as confidently as they manage other aspects of their lives. Your Excellency, on behalf of the board and the entire team at My Credit Score, and all Ghanaians, we thank you for being a part of this journey and for the foundation of digital innovation you have established in Ghana. Your commitment to a modern, digitized Ghana inspires us to do more and reminds us of our shared responsibility to bring the benefits of technology to all citizens. And now to all of you here today, your presence signals your belief in this endeavor and in our shared future as a prosperous nation. Let us build a bridge from Ghana's macroeconomic achievements into the daily lives of our citizens. With My Credit Score, we move one step closer to a future of greater opportunity, resilience, and affordability for everyone. Thank you all so much.
I got my first credit card when I was in London and I was doing all sorts of work in the UK. They gave me a card when I was in London and I was doing all sorts of work in the UK. I got my first credit card when I was in London and I was doing all sorts of work.
I had to use credit line
That I could spend up to £500 on it.
I had to use credit line to furnish my first home.
In the mid-90s, I realized when I went to the States, what was actually booming at the time was tech. And so I went to a school and I said I want to become a Microsoft Certified Systems Engineer. They were willing to finance it if my credit was good, but I didn't have any credit history. Fast forward a few months, I was actually at home when I got a letter in the mail saying that they were offering me a credit line Because of that, I became a Microsoft certified engineer. Got me a job in one of the largest companies in the US. And all of that was because of what I was able to do with that small credit that was given to me. I think the difference between advanced countries and us is access to credit.
In most parts of the world, you need a central ID form to identify somebody and track them across all their activities. So in developed parts of the world, you might have a social security number, you might have your tax ID number, and so on and so forth.
Over the time, we have seen that there's a lot of improvements. When it comes to connectivity, around 1992, the government gave the country opportunity to be able to connect via the mobile phone, so the telecommunication space was open for everybody. When it comes to traceability, the national identification system was also put in place to be able to locate where you stay and be able to know exactly where to come to when they are finding you. The Credit Reporting Act in 2007 was enacted, and in 2020 the LI was passed by Parliament. So that makes it possible for us to do the reporting very well. So as of now, I can say that Ghana has all these three pillars to be able to have a very effective credit score system.
Digitalization over the last few years also afforded institutions to build a repository of data on individuals. All of this data come online, then you begin to triangulate and pull data from multiple sources to then form a profile of an individual, because now you have an ID.
These building blocks have been very, very crucial in getting us here to be able to even touch this dream of having individual credit score, having this social system of credit score that can guarantee that we all can access credit and we all will be assessed individually.
Okay, personally, I'm in the creative system. Money is not really consistent. There are times where it's fruitful, there are times where it's a little bit dry. So if there's a system for creatives where you can go in for a loan and there's a structure that helps you to pay in a certain period that you can meet up to, it will work for us.
No, me simple. Interest any canon we da. You be an echo call pay if you're more call pay a field and no pay. She be an be na me abu no pay or pay que be Agbenaosh cafe ni bebaka no besani ameko.
You need to realize that credit is oxygen in an economy. Credit supercharges an economy to work effectively.
In many countries, everybody strives to build their credit score because it's like you working with the system to provide a comfortable life for yourself.
With my credit score, you have the opportunity to build your own credit score based on your behavior. Things you buy, things you pay for, everything will be recorded.
With that, we'll be able to publish it to other lenders who would be interested in this information.
All these people who are willing to offer services or products on credit can have access to the credit reports of individuals before providing those services or running those products and services to such borrowers.
If you then begin to compound this individual to individual, then the whole country, people are living, right, not based on their current circumstance, but because of the potential. And when people do these things over time, the credit history builds. The credit scoring system will be able to give you a number. That number then is progressive. And so people do magic. They do wonderful things because they've been diligent with what has been given them.
Clearly, when this tend comes to stay and more institutions tend to trust this, what it means is we can easily expand this to cover a number of the informal sector players.
We use data sets such as your demographic data, which has to do with your age, your gender, and then your marital status. We also complement this data with your economic data, which includes your bank account balance, your financial assets, and other collaterals which you send to banks to apply for credit.
And when people have credit, it means they have a bigger spending power.
So it gives you the power to be able to spend although you don't have the money in your pocket.
The fundamental premises of credit is a promise of tomorrow. So credit allows an economy to grow exponentially. So now car manufacturers will produce more cars and sell more cars. Home builders will sell more homes. People who are even selling health insurance will sell more insurance, and the economy grows.
We are just on a mission to make Ghana affordable. That's the number one goal. And I think we are strategically positioned in a period where there's enough technology and enough access to data and rules to be able to make sure that this number that we'll produce for everybody is fair, is based on very well thought out algorithms and processes. That would make sure that there are no biases.
The future is very bright, especially for young people. We'll finally have what it takes to create digital infrastructure.
I was expecting a bigger round of applause. Your Excellency, Honorable Ministers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, at this time I'd like to remind all of us that we're also joined by our friends from various distances, those who are in other countries and on other continents via various platforms. On Facebook, we're live on the Joy News page and also My Credit Score Limited. On YouTube, it's My Credit Score, and also on Instagram, it's My Credit Score Limited. Big greetings to all of these friends who are joining us via these virtual streams, and we're glad that they're coming along with us on this wonderful journey. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd like to acknowledge some good friends from key institutions who are bringing their weight to support His Excellency for this historic launch. He traces his roots to the financial sector, having served in the United Kingdom, the Ghana International Bank, and also served as Managing Director of the Ghana Commercial Bank, and currently serving as Ghana's Ambassador to Canada. His Excellency Anselm Ray Soa. We're also ably supported here this afternoon by the Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary to the People's Republic of China, to Mongolia, Nepal, and Korea. Shall we put our hands together for Dr. Winfred Ni Okai Hammond? Well, I looked across 1 second and I just realized that Mr. Alassane Yakubu Tali, who is the Managing Director of ADB, is also here with us. Please appreciate him with a big round of applause. Honorable Stephen Asamoah Boateng is the Minister for Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs. Please put your hands together. I'd also like to acknowledge the presence of Ambassador Sena Siao Boateng, who is the Chief Director of the Ministry of National Security. The Commissioner General of the GRA, who will be a key partner in the rollout of this and its effectiveness, is also here with us. Madame Julie Esian. I'd also noticed a former Director General of SIGA and also a former Ambassador to China, Ambassador Edward Boateng. Thank you so much for making it here this afternoon. I know that we're all looking forward to the official launch that will be performed by His Excellency, the Vice President, but we're going to build up gradually. At this time, I'd like to welcome up here a director of My Credit Score who's in charge of the full marketing operation to take us further into this wonderful app and what it can do for us, for our economy, and how it can also promote the idea of integrity and trust in the business environment. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome, with a big round of applause, Ms. Akisi Aka. This one.
Good afternoon, His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and all the distinguished guests around here. Good afternoon. I stand on existing protocol, and then I get on to business, deal with My Credit Score. Today marks a significant milestone. After more than 2 years of hard work, belief, and dedication, we are thrilled to unveil My Credit Score, a platform we've built to redefine credit referencing in Ghana. When we began this journey, we knew that Ghana's credit landscape is deeply rooted a long, dense report packed with information that often has not been helpful in reducing the very high non-performing loan rates. So we asked ourselves, what if there were a simpler way? What if a single reliable number backed with a simple behavior reporting system that other countries have relied on for so long could encapsulate the credit worthiness of any Ghanaian and open doors to new opportunities? When we travel to the United States to learn from there, we believe that the answer lay in creating a platform that could simplify credit referencing whilst retaining accuracy and transparency. Over the past 2 to 3 years, we have been working, not just that, testing, refining, and piloting My Credit Score. Through countless hours, several iterations, and a major product pivot, after we met with the inspection team from the Bank of Ghana, our belief only deepened. We believe that a single score should be the foundation of credit referencing in Ghana. Today, we proudly present My Credit Score, a platform designed to transform credit referencing in Ghana from complex reports to an openly accessible single number backed by a system that is open to lenders of all kinds. After a successful 6-month pilot, we were more confident than ever that credit scores become the foundation of Ghana's credit system. Our journey begins with the borrower's portal. We're all borrowers, aren't we? Standing here, I'm thinking of how much I've borrowed from the bank. Crafted with a single goal in mind, to empower individuals to understand and improve their financial wealth. Imagine yourself as a young professional in Ghana, eager to buy your first car, secure an apartment, and maybe expand your small business. Faced with this challenge, how do you demonstrate your reliability to pay back the loan you need for your essentials? This is where we step in. Our borrower's platform, portal, brings transparency and insight to each user, providing a clear view of every financial behavior. We believe that with access to personalized, real data credit insights, individuals can make informed choices that improve their financial future. On what we call the borrower's portal, that is www.mycreditscore.com.gh. You can try it after the session. I'll talk you through 3 simple points. Number 1, borrowers begin their journey by securely activating their credit score, linking their national ID and mobile number. This simply opens up a complete view of their financial profile. We want everyone to know that their credit score is not just a number. It's the gateway to financial opportunities. Number 2, beyond viewing your credit score, the portal offers a dynamic view, enabling everyone to track their score trends over time. Number 3, we understand that transparency is key. And when it comes to managing creditworthiness, it's really key. That's why our platform offers a claims and dispute feature that allows borrowers to view their reports made against them by any lender. If a lender claims that a borrower owes them, this claim appears on the borrower's reports and they can investigate and question if they don't agree. on what we call the lender's platform. Lenders can find and access a borrower's identity and financial history. Our approach goes beyond simply verifying details. We've developed a system that unearths a complete picture, no matter how many times an individual has changed their name, use a different ID, several mobile numbers or emails, which happens all the time. Lenders can now access the first ever full-service credit reporting system in Ghana. Which not only allows the identity verification, but also equips them with a comprehensive view of a borrower's activities across both traditional loans and non-loan credits as well. Behind the scenes, our systems use a unique approach to manage, identify, discovery, and then in tackling Ghana's high non-performing loans, NPL rates, we need new sophisticated approaches because, let's face it, our NPL is where it is because a lot of bad characters have been allowed to do so much damage to our credit system. So the credit-worthy ones also suffer for it. This is why we are introducing a pioneering feature, an advanced identity discovery system. Traditional identity checks only go so far, often failing to keep up with the borrowers who frequently change their profile details. But with my credit score's identity discovery feature, we go deeper. We are the first platform in Ghana to map a borrower's entire identity across the financial system. Even if they've changed their name or their identity instrument multiple times, switched phone numbers repeatedly, or used countless addresses. By connecting all available identifiers, we ensure that lenders know precisely who they are dealing with, reducing the risks tied to identity fraud and empowering lenders with unmatched accuracy in borrower identification. This is a critical step towards forward in curbing the behaviors that drive up NPL rates, giving lenders a powerful tool to lend more confidently and responsibly. We are not stopping here. For the first time, we extended credit reporting beyond traditional lenders, the banks, beyond the banks. Today, we are introducing a non-loan credit reporting system. The features behind this part of our systems will support non-loan credit providers such as car dealers, landlords, hospitality service providers, and others who play an integral role in the wider credit ecosystem. These providers are often the first to observe a borrower's payment behavior, and their insights are invaluable. With my credit score, car leases, rentals, and other non-traditional credit activities are now part of the credit picture. We are giving lenders a fuller, more realistic view of a borrower's financial responsibility. By bringing these credit providers onto our platform, we are creating a comprehensive, inclusive credit profile that captures all relevant financial behavior, not just loan repayments. This feature not only broadens the landscape of credit data, but also enables lenders to make more informed decisions based on a truly all-encompassing view of borrowers' activities across diverse sectors. Another important feature of my credit score is credit reporting for financial institutions. We have made this regulatory requirement simpler, more secure, and more efficient than ever before. Our full-service portal is designed with banks and financial institutions in mind, providing an easy way to upload data directly onto our systems. In addition to all these, the lender portal also offers a comprehensive credit report that provides a full view of a borrower's financial activity. To crown our efforts, we embarked on a 6-month pilot phase to test how effective these systems are at reducing NPL rates. Over the past 6 months, we have collaborated closely with the Electricity Corporation of Ghana and Ballroom Microfinance to enable customers of the ECG to purchase electricity on credit. I must say, the results were amazing, simply amazing. For the first time in Ghana, a credit reporting platform is achieving a nationwide non-performing loan rate on par with that of the most developed countries in the world. These OECD countries typically maintain NPL rates of below 4%. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to announce to you today that my credit score has set a new record in a pilot with an impressive NPL rate of just 3.44%, below 4%, over the last 6 months. And this is why we believe that credit score can be the basis for credit referencing. We look forward to the day when this new NPL rate we have set for ourselves becomes the new national standard. The challenge is to all of us, really. Today, this looks like a dream, and I'm sure many bankers here may have their doubts. But this early result gives us hope that with every step, we are moving closer to our vision, a Ghana where every borrower and lender trusts the credit system, and where opportunities are within reach for those who deserve them. Thank you for being here, and welcome to the future of credit referencing in Ghana. My credit score.
Ikisiaka is the Director of Marketing of My Credit Score. Please appreciate her with another big round of applause. Isn't it amazing that ahead of time, My Credit Score is already making major statements in our system. And of course, that brings a lot of confidence, especially for the external environment, for those who want to come and invest here. And of course, generally, the trust that it reposes in our businesses and in people who are looking forward to drawing credit from various institutions to start off their businesses. This is the new dawn of industrialization here in Ghana. And we're glad to say that this is being spearheaded and led by our beloved Vice President of the Republic. Shall we do a big round of applause for him? Today, we're also ably supported here for this launch by the Director General of the Ghana-India Kofi Annan ICT Institute, Dr. Colin Safari Eboa. This is a great collaboration between various institutions, and of course, the central bank is not left out of this. Today, the head of banking supervision at the Bank of Ghana is also here to add his voice and his blessing, with, of course, everything that My Credit Score has done in terms of compliance to get to this stage. Please help me with a big round of applause to welcome up here to the stage Mr. Osei JC, the head of banking supervision at the Bank of Ghana.
Your Excellency, Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Honorable Ministers of States, Senior Members of States, CEOs and representatives of financial institutions, representatives of credit reference bureaus, the board and management of My Credit Score Ghana, distinguished guests, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I bring you warm greetings from the Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Addison, and his team, the management and staff of the Bank of Ghana. Dr. Addison would have loved to be part of this afternoon's engagement, but for some other equally important national assignments. I am pleased to be invited to the launch of My Credit Score Ghana and to also make some remarks at this launch. The launch of My Credit Score Ghana digital platform, I understand, is to provide easy access to credit scores of bank customers. The Bank of Ghana believes there is a need for banks to effectively manage credit risk, and it is for this reason that credit bureaus have been licensed to support their risk management functions. A credible credit information system is indispensable for the development of modern credit markets, and therefore, the Bank of Ghana remains committed to efforts geared towards establishing credit bureaus, and also for credit bureaus that have put in place a product known as My Credit Score. And it is one of the credit infrastructure that supports the credit delivery system. Your Excellency, My Credit Score Ghana, having met the licensing requirements under the Credit Reporting Act 2007, Act 726, was recently licensed by the Bank of Ghana to operate as the third credit reference bureau in Ghana. The Bank of Ghana wishes to congratulate the shareholders, board, and management of My Credit Score Ghana for this initiative to launch this digital platform. Your Excellency, it is a fact that having and maintaining an effective credit information system provides a solid foundation for credit delivery at minimal risk to banks and the economy in general. Such credit risk management infrastructure does not only help build credit history for the banking population, but also allows them to leverage on such information to assess financial solutions, and therefore fosters competition in the credit market and credit pricing. Banks and specialized deposit-taking institutions rely on the transparency and disclosure requirements of the credit reference system to support and complement client-customer screening and credit risk monitoring. What is the benefit? This helps to reduce information asymmetry and the cost of intermediation through the risk premiums banks charge on customers, and it also helps to reduce NPLs. Today, banks in Ghana are utilizing a range of innovative credit and risk management solutions provided by the credit reference bureaus. The addition of a credit scoring helps to enhance the risk management frameworks that banks and SDIs are expected to leverage on to minimize non-performing loans and credit losses. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Bank of Ghana has taken steps to develop and enhance an effective credit reference system. One significant activity is the expansion of the scope of the credit reporting system through the promulgation of the Credit Reporting Regulation 2020. The Bank of Ghana has put in place measures to include other lenders outside the financial sector onto the credit reporting systems. Who are these other lenders? These lenders include government institutions that provide credit facilities, utility companies, telecommunication companies, petroleum service providers, automobile companies, retailers, and scope of other businesses. So this should tell us that the scope of credit referencing has been enlarged. His Excellency, during the past few years, we have seen an increasingly significant improvement in banks and SDI's compliance with the Credit Reporting Act of 2007 regarding data submission and usage of credit referencing services, resulting in an improvement in the quality of data submitted to credit bureaus. To help strengthen the sector, the Bank of Ghana recently announced an increase in the minimum capital requirement for credit bureaus. This is to help strengthen the credit reporting system and ensure that credit bureaus are well capitalized to invest and maintain robust information technology infrastructure to provide effective credit reporting services, including credit scoring. Indeed, the scope of Ghana's credit reference system is vast, and there are prospects for growth for all the practitioners within the industry. Ladies and gentlemen, there are, however, challenges and risks in the credit information markets. Generally, the credit market is driven by data quality and timeliness of data submission. While the current Act enjoins credit institutions to submit accurate and timely data, credit bureaus could also effectively collaborate with banks and savings and loans, finance houses, and other SDIs in data sharing. One challenge in the market relates to inadequate data submission, particularly by lower-tier institutions within the SDI space, and this potentially could affect the adequacy and accuracy of credit bureau data. I would therefore encourage credit reference bureaus to be innovative, including collaborating with these SDIs and financial technology firms to deploy working solutions to facilitate data submissions by these institutions. His Excellency, data security and privacy and its attendant legal and reputational risks also remain a major risk in the credit bureau space. There is therefore the need to put in place the right safeguards and security to protect customer data and privacy. In conclusion, the Bank of Ghana will continue to create the enabling environment to support all credit reference bureaus in developing the credit market in Ghana. We will urge all credit bureaus and financial institutions to undertake customer education and awareness to sensitize them on the importance of their services, including credit scoring in the credit delivery system. The Central Bank, Bank of Ghana, will support such initiatives while ensuring that credit scoring is standardized within the credit bureau space to enhance its effective delivery and relevance to both providers and consumers of credit. I once again congratulate the board, management, and staff of My Credit Score Ghana. I wish you every success and trust that you will require to ensure that you comply with every regulation while aiming to create value for your customers and shareholders. Thank you all for your kind attention.
We're very grateful to the head of banking supervision at the Central Bank. Shall we do one more big round of applause for him? One more address, and after that we will go to the commissioning address that we've been looking forward to. But for now, it's my pleasure to bring here to the stage a fine gentleman who also traces his roots to the financial sector, a big player indeed who can easily be identified with brands like GCB Bank and UMB Bank, where he served as managing director. Over the past couple of years, he has been the very vibrant force behind the Ghana Association of Bankers, and he has been at the forefront of big conversations that change the narrative about the way we're regulating the sector and what has to be done to make sure that our financial sector stands strong. With a very big round of applause, please help me welcome Mr. John Iwa, who is the CEO of the Ghana Association of Bankers. Can we do a louder round of applause?
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Honorable Ministers present, heads of state institutions herein gathered, CEOs of banks we have here, the Governor of Bank of Ghana, who is ably represented by my own friend, Mr. Osejesi, CEOs of other trade associations, executives and directors of my credit score who have brought us today's fantastic program. Ladies and gentlemen, friends from the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Personally, it is a privilege to be here today, this afternoon, at the launch of my credit score, a platform that marks an exciting step forward towards a deeper and well-controlled financial intermediation for the benefit of our citizens and, by extension, the larger economy. Credit scoring is a necessity and a baseline screening tool in today's financial ecosystem. Across the world, credit scores serve as the foundation of assessing a person's financial reliability. They help banks make lending decisions, identify the right products for clients, and ensure that credit is extended responsibly. By understanding a customer's credit profile, banks can offer more accurate and personalized financial solutions to consumers of financial products and services. For us, banks, and my good friend Alhaji is here, this means improved risk management and consequently low distress in risk exposures. For customers, it means easy access to loans, mortgages, and other financial services that are tailored to our needs, and here, myself as a customer of banking service as well. Your Excellency, around the world, banks have seen the transformative power of credit scoring. In countries where credit scoring is well integrated in the financial architecture, we find that individuals have greater access to credit at affordable costs and ultimately greater opportunities. Small business owners can obtain loans to scale their operations and grow their businesses. Families can secure mortgages for their first homes, and young professionals can establish their financial independence. These are some of the many benefits that a robust and transparent credit reporting system brings, helping banks to empower individuals financially while managing risks effectively. In Ghana, credit scoring will play an increasingly significant role as our financial sector continues to evolve and grow. It is absolutely crucial that lenders are able to have a full view of the risk exposure of their borrowers before extending credit. In the same vein, it is equally crucial that lenders have a mechanism that enables them to transmit the benefits that are associated with the maintenance of good credit profile back to borrowers in the areas of ease of access, differentiated pricing, better terms for their loans, amongst many more. My credit score offers a solution that allows Ghanaian banks to leverage real-time and reliable data for better decision-making. This platform will provide banks with the insights needed to assess creditworthiness accurately, which will not only streamline lending practices, but also ensure that credit reaches those who deserve it the most, and not just those who want it the most. Your Excellency, credit scoring, therefore, impacts citizens in a meaningful way. When people understand their credit status and they know how to improve it, they can take control of their financial future. When people know the damaging effects of having poor credit profile, they will change course and opt for actions that enhance their access to finance. My credit score is designed to provide citizens with that visibility, empowering them to build and improve their credit over time. This transparency and accessibility will open doors for many Ghanaians, creating opportunities for growth, stability, and improved quality of life. As we look into the future, we can anticipate that my credit score will benefit both banks and the people of Ghana, bringing us closer to a more inclusive and transparent financial system. It will help banks to operate more efficiently, provide fairer access to credit, and foster economic growth throughout the economy. In closing, let us all embrace this innovation, not just as a tool for better banking, but as a pathway to a stronger and a more connected financial ecosystem for Ghana. Together, we can support a system where credit scoring helps to transform lives, empower citizens, and strengthen the financial sector, ultimately creating a sound, efficient, and credible credit culture for the country. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of the program.
And we are also grateful to you, Mr. John Ewa, for bringing relevance to this conversation from your point of view. We're grateful to you for the massive support and the seal of approval that you have also given. Now, the final seal of approval and confidence that will be given to the public and everybody who will be at the receiving end of the usage of this very big platform is the second gentleman of the land, who is seeking office to become the first gentleman of the land. Over the past couple of years, he has been at the forefront of pushing the agenda of digitalization. The reason why in recent years, a lot of transactions that we do on a normal basis or on a daily basis have become very convenient. We're using more digital platforms and life has become more convenient, and we're getting things done even faster. This is sure an effective way to get ourselves aligned with the trends of the modern world and the trends of the fast-developing world. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, with a lot of appreciation, much love and applause, please help me welcome His Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Al-Hajj, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia.
Thank you very much. Please take your seats. Thank you. The Minister for Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, Ghana's High Commissioner to Canada, Ambassador to China, the Governor of the Bank of Ghana, here represented by the Head of Banking Supervision, the Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Ms. Julie Esiam, the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Telecoms Chamber, the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Association of Bankers, Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana FinTech and Payments Association, the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Microfinance Institutions Network, the board, management, and staff of My Credit Score, distinguished invited guests, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I am thrilled to join you for this momentous occasion to take a step forward in building a dynamic credit economy for Ghana and for all Ghanaians. It is a significant milestone in Ghana's journey toward a financially inclusive and empowered society, and it is driven by the private sector. This occasion represents yet another chapter in our nation's ambitious journey toward financial inclusion. Decades of dedicated progress have laid the foundations that make today possible. For me, it has been a journey of over 17 years. During my tenure as Deputy Governor at the Bank of Ghana, one of the problems that we sought to address was the issue of access to credit and the high-risk premia which banks used in setting interest rates. As the Monetary Policy Committee of the Central Bank, we saw that at the macro level, we were able to bring down inflation, bring down interest rates, and we were in sync in the credit markets. Lenders generally cannot be certain about the credit worthiness of borrowers with the absence of credit information. We did not have, at that time, a legal and regulatory framework for credit reporting, and therefore did not have credit reference bureaus. So, to make sure we were able to fill this gap, I called Mrs. Elsie Awazi Addo at that time in 2006 or 7, an astute lawyer with a deep knowledge of the financial sector, who we had worked with at the Bank of Ghana as a consultant on a number of financial sector reforms to help us. I called her and I said, Elsie, we need your help. We need you to help us draft a Consumer Reporting Act. This was in 2007. Elsie is now the second Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana. And she single-handedly, in my view, drafted the Credit Reporting Act, Act 726, with some inputs from the management of the bank. Thus, the Credit Reporting Act was passed by Parliament in 2007. And the purpose of the Credit Reporting Act is to provide a legal and regulatory framework for credit reporting in Ghana. The availability of credit information is generally accepted to be crucial for the development and maintenance of an effective financial sector. Borrowers tend to have a natural incentive not to reveal negative information about themselves. The lack of a credit information system therefore increases the risks of lending and causes financial institutions to provide less credit. A credit reporting system in Ghana would provide timely, accurate, and up-to-date information on the debt profile and repayment history of borrowers, and would lead to a number of benefits, including the reduction of information asymmetry between borrowers and lenders, enabling financial institutions to make informed decisions about the allocation of credit, reducing default probabilities of borrowers as they seek to meet their obligations in a timely manner, improving access to credit facilities by small and medium-sized businesses, enabling the central bank to monitor systematic risks on an aggregate basis, also promote the development of a mortgage market, and promote financial stability and efficient allocation of resources in the Ghanaian economy. Thus, the Credit Reporting Act is designed to promote the orderly development of a credit reporting system for Ghana and to promote public trust in credit bureau operations. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bank of Ghana is the regulatory authority for the Credit Reporting Act, and the first credit reference bureau in Ghana was licensed in 2008. At the time I was the deputy governor in charge of banking supervision. Other credit reference bureaus were subsequently licensed. I think we licensed 2 others. The credit reference bureaus, however, faced significant challenges in the provision of individualized credit scores for borrowers. The absence of a unique identity database for Ghanaians was a major problem. The absence of a functional property address system was another. And thirdly, the bulk or the majority of Ghanaians were unbanked. You know, we had about 60 to 70% of the adult Ghanaians unbanked. And also, various databases that contained information on individuals were not integrated. So this is the background against which the licensed credit reference bureaus were operating. And so it was really a problem. After the MPP government left office after the 2008 elections, very little progress was made to resolve these key problems that were identified. At the time the MPP government left office, we had just enacted the Ghana card legislation. And since then, very little progress was made after 2008 to resolve these issues. And so broad-based individualized credit scoring did not really progress that much. So when we came back into office in 2017, I was keenly aware of what we needed to do to get broad-based individualized credit scoring to take off in Ghana. And this is partly the reason why we emphasized very quickly that we needed to proceed with issuing the Ghana card so that every individual Ghanaian can be uniquely identified. We needed to implement an address system, and we opted for the digital property address system so that every property can be uniquely identified, so that individuals can be attached to addresses. So if I give you a TV on credit and you don't pay, I should be able to come to your home and take back my TV. So I need to know where everybody is living. Thirdly, we also implemented mobile money interoperability so that we could bring in financial inclusion. We needed to make sure that the bulk of Ghanaians who had Momo accounts could essentially use the Momo accounts like bank accounts. And this is why we talked about mobile money interoperability, to make the Momo account interoperable with the bank account. It was not an easy process getting the banks and the Momo companies together to get onto this one platform, but I was able to push for that to happen, and everybody was eventually able to do so. And then the integration of the various databases across government was another thing that we pushed for, which we were finally able to do very recently with the Citizens App data interoperability system. Ladies and gentlemen, a key part of my broader vision is to create an interconnected and efficient digital government to move away from the disjointed and delayed public service delivery that has long plagued the government sector. In our quest to achieve a more efficient digital economy, key components such as data interoperability, which is a single instance of data across all government agencies. Secondly, the use of cybersecurity and blockchain to create a robust system that protects citizens and government data, as well as ensure secure transactions for all government interactions. Thirdly, a centralized AI database for improved government operations. Lastly, single sign-on authentication where citizens only need one login for all government services. This is the broad vision with which we are working. Through the Citizens App Data Interoperability System, the CADIS, which I took a team and we went out, because when we got to a stage, I think beginning of last year, where we were trying to see how to benchmark Ghana against the best in the world and where we were going. And so we asked the question, which country in the world has the best in the area of the digitalization? And we identified Estonia as the country. And so I took a team and we went out to Estonia. And we interacted, President, Prime Minister, the finance people, the revenue authorities, and all of that. But what we realized that with Estonia, they had an architecture called the X-Road, which was the key to interoperability of all the government databases. And so if you're going to go digital and have seamless transfer, you needed to put in place that architecture. That was what we identified as missing in Ghana. Estonia had the X-Road, which they could therefore take data from across the government databases and so on. So when we came back to Ghana, we had to move quickly to build something similar to the X-Road. And this is what the Citizens App Data Interoperability System is, the CADIS. So the Ghana's CADIS is exactly the same as the X-Road in Estonia, and we have been able to do it. Not many countries in the world have done it, but I am very proud of our Ghanaian tech sector. We put them to the task, and they have done it. They have done it, and it's amazing what we're going to be able to do. So this interoperability system is crucial for improving the system. It will reduce bureaucracy and streamline data sharing across agencies, as well as eliminate the need for repeated paperwork and so on. Interestingly, ladies and gentlemen, when I was pushing for the implementation of these projects, many people said I had abandoned economics to pursue digitalization. They did not understand that I was just using digitalization to solve economic problems. The launch of the Ghana Interbank Payments and Settlement System in 2008, at the time which I led at the Bank of Ghana when I was deputy governor, marked another leap toward efficient and secure financial transactions. Since 2009, mobile money has significantly broadened financial access, with over 60% of Ghanaians aged 15 and older now holding mobile money accounts. And with the expansion of the internet coverage, we've seen that internet penetration in Ghana has increased from 32% in 2016 to 73% now, right? So we've really increased internet penetration. Indeed, thanks to our implementation of mobile money interoperability between banks and mobile companies, Ghana is now the only country in Africa with 100% access to financial inclusion. The only country in the whole of the continent. We have 100% access to financial inclusion, which basically means that today your Momo account works like a bank account, and you have access to it. If anybody who wants to open a mobile account today can open. Nobody will stop you, right? You have 100% access. You know, I remember that when I made a statement in 2017 that with the implementation of mobile money interoperability, every Ghanaian will be able to have a bank account. When I said that, many people did not understand it. They even made jokes about it. They did not think it was possible. But today we have made it possible. A Momo account has effectively become a bank account thanks to interoperability. And anyone who wants one can get it. Since 2020, the accelerated digitalization of government services has transformed how citizens securely and efficiently interact with public institutions. Coupled with the widespread issuance of the Ghana card, the integration of national databases, and the remarkable expansion of financial inclusion, Ghana is now fully prepared to implement a comprehensive credit scoring system. This system will enhance access to credit and strengthen trust in our financial system, paving the way for a thriving credit economy. Ladies and gentlemen, the launch of My Credit Score today introduces a critical tool that will transform Ghanaians' access to credit and financing. The initiative comes at a crucial time in Ghana's financial sector. As has been stated earlier, Ghana's non-performing loan rate stands at about 24.3%, which is quite high. Such high NPL levels reflect challenges within our financial ecosystem, where the lack of a standardized, transparent credit scoring system has contributed to elevated risks for lenders and limited financial inclusion for borrowers. The introduction of My Credit Score represents a pivotal step towards addressing these challenges, aligning Ghana's credit ecosystem with international standards and promoting a culture of responsible borrowing. Notably, as was just stated earlier, results from the My Credit Score pilot demonstrate a stark improvement, achieving an NPL ratio of less than 4%, a remarkable contrast to the national average. By enabling a fairer and more consistent evaluation of credit worthiness, My Credit Score is expected to reduce defaults significantly, strengthen confidence among financial institutions, and expand access to credit for individuals and businesses alike. The initiative reflects a broader commitment to sustainable economic growth, where financial stability and trust in credit practices play foundational roles. With the implementation of systems like My Credit Score, Ghana is poised to transition into a financial ecosystem that not only facilitates responsible borrowing and lending practices, but also drives economic resilience and inclusive growth for all stakeholders. This system is designed to reward financial responsibility. As John Ewa was saying earlier, that if you have good credit, the banks will look for you and design products for you. They'll be chasing after you to lend to you. That is how we want to see it. So it will reward financial responsibility and offer individuals the opportunity to demonstrate their creditworthiness transparently and confidently. For the first time, Ghanaians will have access to a credit score that can open doors to improved financing options, helping them to realize their goals and contribute to economic growth. A credit score is much like a financial report card. It quantifies your repayment history, debt levels, and credit behavior into a single number, making it easier for banks and other lenders to assess your financial reliability. In fact, I believe, and I don't think the point was made, with what we are putting together in Ghana with CADIS and the integration of our various databases, our credit score, the information content of the credit score in Ghana is going to be much higher than in many other advanced nations which don't have the level of data integration that we are building in Ghana. So, ladies and gentlemen, to truly understand the potential impact of my credit score, imagine that for many Ghanaians, owning a car represents freedom, flexibility, and improved job opportunities. And recent or new graduates can have the opportunity to own cars that when they leave and they get a job, that their credit score could help them get a car, buy a home, and start a business, and so on. So all of these reflect the broad and transformative impact of an effective credit economy. Beyond individuals, my credit score will contribute to a more resilient and inclusive financial system. With a lower rate of non-performing loans, banks and financial institutions will gain confidence in lending, supporting a cycle of growth and trust. Furthermore, as Ghanaians embrace financial responsibility, we move toward a society where fair access to credit becomes the norm, empowering individuals, families, and businesses alike. This system is a pathway to opportunity, helping unlock the potential of every Ghanaian. By creating a credit system that is open, reliable, and fair, we are setting the stage for a future where financial empowerment is within everyone's reach. With this launch, ladies and gentlemen, we are not going to be like the United States, Canada, or the UK overnight, but we are starting a process that with time, our system will be just like theirs and probably better than theirs. It is possible. This is a great day for Ghana, and I want to thank the Bank of Ghana, my credit score, and all other stakeholders. It is important that all potential lenders and borrowers and retailers should be educated and sensitized on the workings of a credit scoring system. I would like to thank in particular the governor of the Bank of Ghana, this team, the management team, the head of banking supervision, who have worked very, very hard to make sure this day is taking place. Sometimes we don't really understand these major milestones, when we reach them as a country. This is a major milestone. It's a major milestone. I want to thank you for the work that you have done. This credit scoring initiative that you have licensed, which we are launching today, is huge, and Ghana will forever be grateful. I'm also excited that this initiative is a Ghanaian homegrown private sector initiative. As you will notice, this is a trend in all the digitalization projects we have done, all of them. I believe in the private sector, and I believe that that is where you will get the most from, the society. And so everything we have done, from the Ghana card to the digital property address, Ghana.gov, everything, we have tried to get the private sector to take the lead. You see, I always say that, in the private sector, when systems don't work, they lose money. In the public sector, when systems don't work, they make money. so the incentives are a bit warped. So I always prefer the private sector to make sure systems work so that they make money and we all get good services. Ladies and gentlemen, we will continue to support our private sector to champion such initiatives in the digital and other sectors. Let's move forward with optimism and purpose, knowing that together we are building a Ghana where financial inclusion is real, dreams are within reach, and every Ghanaian has the chance to achieve financial security and prosperity. I will thank you all for your attention, and I don't know whether it's at this point that I say we have launched or we will wait for the launch. So I'll let them tell me whether I announce now or later, but I'll take my leave now. Thank you very much for your attention.
Your Excellency, respectfully would like you to declare it launched, and then we'll know that our job here is done.
Thank you very much. It is with great pleasure, honor, that if you can sit down, I'm most honored, privileged. Today, it's a historic day that I am here to declare my credit score Ghana officially launched for Ghana. Thank you very, very much. God bless you. God bless our homeland, Ghana.
Imagine a Ghana where your credibility paves the way to your dreams. Imagine a Ghana where your credibility paves the way to your dreams. So, why does it matter? In Ghana, where a significant working class population struggle to afford the basics of a good life upfront, credit scores become crucial. With a good credit score, you can afford everyday groceries, your basic bills like electricity and water, and pay later. It's not just a number. It's your gateway to economic progress. And here's the best part. The Ghana card makes it easier than ever to track and improve your credit. Speaking of the Ghana card, wondering how it is possible to track your credit score right here in Ghana? Well, enter My Credit Score, a bridge to a brighter financial future for every Ghanaian. My Credit Score is a credit bureau licensed by the Bank of Ghana. It's the first on issuing credit reports to provide accurate personalized credit scores for all Ghanaians with a Ghana card. Visit mycreditscore.com.gh today and start building your credit for the life you deserve.
My Credit Score, empowering futures. That's the very big message coming to us. And at this time, I believe it's right to just ask all members of the hardworking team at My Credit Score to rise so that we can congratulate them. This is a result of amazing work. Shall we do a big round of applause for the hardworking team? Can you wave at us? Please wave at us. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations to you. We appreciate you greatly, and this is at the highest height of innovation. Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, here in Ghana, as part of our norms and our values, whenever someone does something this elaborate for you, you say thank you. And today will be no different. So at this time, we'd like to first of all say a very big thank you to His Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, who came here supported by a strong team of some ambassadors and some ministers of state and heads of various state agencies. We're also grateful to industry collaborators, especially the Central Bank, who have been very, very supportive and very collaborative in terms of ensuring that the seal of approval was given to the My Credit Score app. We're grateful to the whole team at the Central Bank. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, shall we do a big round of applause for them? Would also like to say a very big thank you to our friends from the media. One very big platform that ensures that news as positive as this gets to different parts, not only of this country, not only of the sub-region and the continent, but the rest of the world. We're grateful to you as able partners, and we know that you are going to be with us along this journey. Also would like to say a very big thank you to the industry. By the industry, I'm talking about the tech industry and all those institutions that will be at the receiving end in terms of usage of this very effective application. It is our hope that together we will all cooperate and ensure that this becomes a household element when it comes to establishing trust and ensuring that funding and starting off very big business ideas becomes the order of the day so that the development agenda of our nation will stand strong and will be sustained. When the proverbial cock crows tomorrow morning, it will be the strong team at My Credit app saying a very big thank you to you. My Credit Score app saying a very big thank you to all of you for making this worth it and making this a very important element in the development history of our nation. We started off with a prayer, and it's right that we wrap things up with a thankful prayer. In that regard, I'd like to respectfully welcome up here Mr. Al-Hassan Yakubu Tali to give us a Muslim prayer to wrap things up. Shall we welcome him with a big round of applause?
Alhamdulillah, it is indeed possible. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, let us give thanks and praise to the Almighty Allah for this successful launch. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghayril maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amen.
And of course, the word Amin and Amen means let everything that has been said come true. So you'd have to say it louder. Amin. Thank you very much. Shall we do one more big round of applause? Your Excellency, honorable ministers, distinguished guests, ladies, gentlemen, good people of Ghana. My name is Nathaniel Atto. It's been a pleasure serving you as your master of ceremonies. And all I can say is, let's keep meeting at places like these where we'd have positive stories to tell about the development of our nation, the innovation and the forward story. The idea to always want to align with the great digital standards of the rest of the world. Ghana will work again, and I believe that with all of our commitment and with the support, we will get there. Shall we all now rise for the national anthem of the Republic of Ghana? And the Ghana Police Band has been ably conducted by Chief Inspector Techu. Shall we do a big round of applause for them? And on that note, we would like to respectfully invite His Excellency, the Vice President, back onto the stage together with all our dignitaries on the front row for a memorable photograph. We would also like to invite the executive team of my credit score app to come over for a memorable photograph. Shall we now all rise? Shall we now all rise as we bid farewell to His Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana? Thank you all very much, and may the good Lord bless our homeland Ghana.